Hi guys, so this is our plot. We're well 4 months into it. We finished harvesting all the corn, we finished harvesting all the beans, we finished harvesting all the veg that we planted in our veg section there. We started harvesting now some of the roots. The sweet potatoes, we've gone ahead and we started introducing the harvest and sending it to the market. It's been about a week, 2 weeks we've been sending it. So now we're going to start getting into the sweet potato. The taros are still going to be here for another maybe 4 months, and then the cassavas maybe another 6-8 months maximum. We'll see how that goes. We've harvested all those tomatoes that came through, with the chicken manure, and the sweet potatoes really taken over, kind of invaded. So we're gonna go ahead now. We're gonna prune, hold back all this green leafage from the sweet potato, contain it until it's section again, and we're going to use all that matter, all that material that invaded the tree rows. We're going to feed that back to the soil as an organic coverage of the soil again.
Forget about sustainability, you want to enrich ecosystems.
Every being is equipped to live a positive, energetic balance.
Keep it pruned.
We are cultivating abundance.
Not a problem to cut down trees, the problem is not planting them.
Okay, so the plan is now to give it all the big chop. We're gonna bring down all the matter from the corn, all the leftovers of the beans, the excess greenage from the sweet potato and any other weed or anything else that might be there in the corridors. We're gonna bring it all down and cover the tree rows, the tree beds with all this material. Here we're in our grass system. We've taken 3, maybe 4 cuts of the grass already here. The guinea grass is coming through. It's gonna be our second cut of the guinea grass. And we started here bringing down the corn, right? And we're gonna concentrate this corn, like we were saying, in the tree beds, this material. And we're gonna create a nice little bed for our timber wood and all that interesting wood from the seed, the cocktail of seeds. So we're gonna create a nice environment for them, where the roots are gonna come and feed off what's all this matter here underneath. All of that's gonna be really sexy. But we're gonna come back and shoot here in the afternoon, maybe tomorrow afternoon, once everything is well, nice and organized. So then we'll talk more about the processes of all this matter that's coming down, and you'll see the great results. And then we're going to be looking at all the seedlings that have come through, that they're going to be showing. The beautiful coffee plants that were here, like in a greenhouse. It's been well looked after, all the eucalyptus. So tomorrow we're going to be coming back here and shooting the results after we arrange and organize all the matter that's going into the soil. So I just want to give one nice input about the organization of organic material, because this is something really, really important. And a lot of our efforts are to organize all this material. A lot of the operations in agroforestry system is so, you're pruning back things and organizing material. And it's really, really important, especially when you're in a climate that has a dry season, to have these big bulks of organic material, because if you have it too spread out, it's really going to dry out really fast. So really like to put it close up together in a bundle, because this will guarantee that the inner part of the organic matter is not going to dry out, and it's actually going to decompose and release water into the soil instead of drying out and releasing all the water into the atmosphere. And this is what we want. So we create this nice, very moist environment, and all the plant's roots are going to dive underneath here and really feed directly. This is going to be completely colonized by fungi and by roots of plants. So just a quick input about the organization of organic material, because that's really, really important. It's something we devote a lot of our efforts to. So we're here in our coffee system. If you remember properly, we planted coffee in between the trees row with cassava, corn and beans. The beans have already been harvested, the corn as well, so we're just going to cut it back. So I wanted to show you, look how the cassava is already tall and really asking to take over the place of the corn. It's already asking, it already needs that additional sunlight. It has grown perfectly until here, but if we don't take out the corn quickly enough, it's going to be too thin and too tall, and it's going to end up falling because it's not going to be able to support itself. So the timing of the operations in the system is something really important. Because of this, the corn has to come out now. It's the last moment, otherwise the cassava starts to suffer. Up to here, it does not suffer. On the contrary, it likes the shade of the corn. But from now on, it's really important that the corn goes down. So we're going to cut it down and show it to you how it looks and how the cassava is going to thrive after it receives additional sunlight. And the coffee here is in a perfect environment, shaded. Right, this is perfect. And once the corn comes out, the cassava is going to take over and shade it as well. So it's going to have shade all the while. And once the cassava is harvested, the banana is going to be shading it. So it's perfect, full shade all the time for the coffee. Hey everyone, so we have finished working on the area, right? What we have told you we were going to do. Put down all the corn that had already been harvested, and finished harvesting all the vegetables that were still in the field. And so take a look at how our tree row looks like now. So we've got all this abundant organic matter here, and look at the little plants and seedlings. They have sprouted beautifully. This eucalyptus plant specifically doesn't look so good, but it will manage and it will soon grow upwards. We've got here a jatobá. This is a balsamo in this as well. And we've got a few more seedlings growing back here. There we've got an aroeira. It's the hardest wood we have in Brazil. And so look at all this abundant organic matter. This will decompose and it will feed microorganisms in the soil. That will make sure that our seedlings grow healthy and beautiful. Right? We've got the banana plants, which are already pretty tall, almost my height, as you can see. And this is the root system. So we've talked about it earlier. We're harvesting the sweet potatoes, and look at all the organic matter it produces for us. So this organic matter will be returned and it will feed our cassava and our taro soon. So let's move on to the next system. This is the vegetable system. As you can see, we have already taken everything out. All the products and all the weeds that were here were taken out, and now we're going to prepare the soil again to plant again more vegetables. This time we're going to do strawberries with garlics and onions. This will be the consortium that we're going to do. These banana plants will all be cut down and fed to our vegetable beds, because from now on, although the plot is still quite open and we could have vegetables here, in 2 months these banana plants will be touching leaves, and then we're not going to have enough sunlight anymore. So we really have to take them down, and they're going to resprout, so it's not a problem. We're going to feed all this organic matter to our vegetable beds. So now we don't have to bring as much organic matter as we brought in the first place, because we're already producing the organic matter on the spot, and that's the beauty of this. Let's move on to the next one. Over here you can see the same thing as in the other tree row, right? Lots of abundant organic matter with a high border. This is important, okay? We have a lot of organic matter on the border, and in the middle where the plants are, we make a form of a nest, right? So we've got high borders, and where the plants are, it's a little nest. This guarantees that all the nutrients, all the water will drain to the middle where the plants are, and we form this nice cushion of organic matter that produces a very, very rich environment here in the middle of this cushion for microorganisms to thrive. It's rich in nutrients, it's rich in water, it conserves moisture, so this is perfect. And it's really important to organize the organic matter in this way. Let's move on to the next one. So this is our coffee system. Same thing, all the corn was put down, part of it we fed to the 3 rows, and part of it we left here to feed our coffee plants and our cassava. Now something interesting happened here. We took a bit longer than we should have to harvest the corn. Okay, so we were more than 4 months into the system, and the corn was harvested with 3 months and a half, but we took a bit longer to cut it down. So what happened is, and we talked about it earlier, the cassava was already really tall and thin because it was on the shade. So it was past its time to be in full sun. So what happened, what you can see here, is that, let's go a bit to the back, it's not sustaining its own weight. So we've got a couple of options here. This sort of thing happens. One option is to prune the cassava, which basically consists of this. So I took most of its weight down, and now it can sustain itself, it's going to resprout, it's going to grow thicker. And this cassava is still young, it's 4.5 months old, its roots are not yet full grown, they're still really thin, so I'm not really going to damage the roots by doing that. When the cassava is older, you might have problems with harvesting, but this cassava still has 6 or 7 months to grow, so I'm not at all damaging it by doing that. Another option would be to put a stick in each one of them to hold them up, but I much prefer pruning it because it's going to stimulate, it's going to bring all that information of re-sprouting, of regrowth to the system, and it's going to benefit our coffee plants and all the system, and it's more organic matter. It's not much, but it is organic matter, and our coffee plants will love it because cassava leaves are very, very rich in phosphorus and nitrogen, so it's a great input for our soil. So let's take a look at our grass, how it looks, I'm going to take out this little weed that's here, because it's all wrapped around our coffee plants. You can see the coffee plants look really beautiful. Look at this nice little forest growing under our banana plant, really beautiful. Look at how they thrive on the shade. So we don't need nurseries to grow trees, we need banana plants to grow trees. And eucalyptus. Over here we've got our grass system. So we harvested the corn, same thing, and the beans. And now we've got this nice field of grass, which is a bonus for us because the corn and the beans paid for the whole operation, and now we've got grass for the horses and for the chicken and for everybody, for the soil, for the banana plants, for everybody. This grass has already been cut 3 times in this period and fed to the horses, and now it's going to be the time for it to thrive, and it's going to produce lots and lots of organic matter. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. We're going to keep you up to date as the system develops, and you're going to see how this can be a really powerful way to produce all sorts of resources, from fruits to vegetables to coffee to grass, everything. Agroforestry is the system. Thanks for watching. This is the Agroforestry Academy Course signing out.